sport is not progressing the way it is. We are regrets that sport is actually returning to be a business rather than being a sport itself, ladies and gentlemen. So today's debate is, I would like to define emotion as the Prime Minister. This house is universal. Regrets is when we are sad. Status of sport is when sport is going, sport progress is actually going in the wrong way. So this is a principle debate, and I would like to point out to you guys what is really the problem on today's debate. Firstly, today's debate is about the sport. We see that sport in nowadays status quo is actually creating more harm than good, ladies and gentlemen. We see that sport progressing is not supporting what is the sport is really be. So in today's debate, I will talk about how the intention, why we are really regrets of the progression of sport. And the second speaker gonna came up and talk about how it creates more harms rather than create more goods, and how it will lead into our situation, ladies and gentlemen. So my first argument, so another problem on today's debate that we see in status quo, some of the players of the sport are using a steroid. And the second problem is that they practice too much, and it can causing an unhealthy lifestyle, leading to a physical harm as well. So my third problems in today's debate is how about the government and has actually the government is actually putting money on sports more like a big ceremony rather than concerning about what is sports really be. So my fourth thing is about the cheating in sports today. And we see this is not justified in the first place. To let them reduce the gap of the law and to let them be cheating in sport. So my first argument today is why we are really regrets. So at the first level, the intention of sport. What is the real meaning of sport? Sport is supposed to support the healthy lifestyle, support sportsmanship, support and encourage people to have a healthy lifestyle, support people to be happy to play sport. So we see that what is actually intention of sport is support healthy lifestyle is actually physical exercise is already leading to a good health for people, and we see that it's actually encourage people to have a healthier lifestyle as well. The second thing is I will elaborate more about the sportsmanship. We see the sportsmanship is where every players are judged in unbiased judgment, and we see that sportsmanship is actually how people can connect it more in sports as well, ladies and gentlemen. But what is really in today's status quo, the sport? First thing I would talk about the cheating in sport. We have regrets that many of cases in sport have cheating. And my first thing I'm going to talk about the bribery. We see that it is the most cases that happening in today's sport. We see that the bribery is actually cheating for just they want to win. Why they want to win? Because they want to be a champion. They want to gain a reputation. And we see that what is the real thing of sport of the player. What about the players who really have a potential and they practice a lot for this competition? But we see that cheating is actually when people cheat, when a player cheats on another players that actually practice a lot and have a real potential. We say this is not right, ladies and gentlemen. We say we are regrets that it actually not fair even in sport. And we see many cases, example like Thailand. No, ma'am. Example, like in Olympic Games that take place like years ago. No, not years ago. Yeah. No, okay. Anyway, Olympic game about Thailand and China. We see this in boxing cases that the Chinese boxer is actually the stepson of the principal of the boxer, the boxing club, and we see that the judge are actually judged judged by who the player are. The judge has actually give the one to the stepson of the boxing club, and we see that the real result that everyone have seen is Thailand should be winner in that cases. We see that a lot of things, the Thai people have already like discontents on that the judgment are not fair, and we see that, and when the judgment are not fair, we see that this is go against the principle of sportsmanship, and I already talked about in my introduction. So moving on to my second level on how it violated the rules. Like in many cases of footballers, we see that a lot of footballers use the gap. You can do the bad things because they have power, because they have fans, and also we see that they can use the gap between the law to do a bad things, like action, like not a really harsh case, but you can do a bad thing like drink while they can like drink while driving, and we see this is not justifiable in first place when those people are actually use the gap of the law to do a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. So moving on to my third level on how it's actually sending the wrong message to the society that sport have to be luxury, sport have to be big, sport have to be like really big open ceremony, and we have to put in money on sport, putting a lot of money on sport. We think this is not justified in the first place because actually the ceremony or the opening ceremony, we have regrets on the Olympic case in England. We see that the Olympic case in England, they have lots of the profit because they use a lot of money from people, from tax of people to spending a lot of money on opening and closing ceremony. And what is the result? Is there lots of profits because tourists is not coming to the Olympic game anyway. So what is the waste of tax go? We see that people is actually not involving with the Olympic games or stuff like that. We see this not justified in first place. That they use tax from people and then they just not worth it. Let's conclude my speech. As a government side, we see that sports are progressing in a wrong way and sending the wrong message to society that sport doesn't really meaning of the sportsmanship or sporting a healthy lifestyle. So that's why we are proud to propose.